Does anybody ever just, because it's so floppy?
Badoop.
Hey guys, my name is Ariel, and today I'm going to be doing a book review for Hogfather by Terry Pratchett. I was given this book as a birthday present from my friend David. Again, thank you, David. It is the 20th book in the Discworld series, the 4th book in the Death series within the Discworld series. I believe it's the 4th, and it was originally published in 1996. And there is a TV movie that I believe came out in 2006, so 10 years later. Haven't seen that yet, but I want to. This was my first Discworld novel, and I am now proof, I'm sure other people are proof too, but that you do not need to read the Discworld series or any of the books before reading this one and not loving it. Like, you're gonna love it. It was really, really, really good. I started it at the end of November, beginning of December, read it through in just a few days, and it was great. So the book really starts out with this man in his office kind of doing his thing, and this entity shows up, and he's like, I know you're in here. And they're like, okay, I'm in here. We're going to pay you all this money to off the Hogfather. And he's like, what? He's immortal, and people don't really believe in him anyway. And they were like, well, this is a job we need done, and we need it done now, so get it done. So he gives this very strange job to this boyish, like, he's an assassin, but I think he's like a junior assassin. This job to go kill Santa, or not Santa, the Hogfather. And he's got boyish charm. He's very odd. He seems like he'd be very charming. He's just very odd, and people are just generally uneasy about him and around him. And then he gives him this job, and he's like, yeah, I've actually thought about how to kill him before. And his boss is like, huh? And he's like, yeah, I got this. And then you get introduced to Death, and Death being, Death and wanting to help and kind of make people believe in the Hogfather again, is like, I'm gonna be the Hogfather. So him and his, I don't know if he's an nymph or an elf or what he is, I don't remember, but they run around and they pretend to be the Hogfather. They've got his sleigh and his hogs, because he has hogs instead of reindeer, and they go about, and Death is wearing the suit, and he's got a pillow shoved up his suit, because obviously he's a skeleton, and he goes around leaving presents and giving people things that they ought not have necessarily, and his little buddy is eating all the stuff that is left out for the Hogfather. Another thing that's not really a spoiler, but it is a really cool thing, the Hogfather is left, instead of milk and cookies and carrots for the reindeer, they are left, the Hogfather is left sherry and pork pies, and the reindeer are left, or the hogs are left turnips. So Death, I don't think, eats. So his little buddy is just like, I'm going to eat and drink all night long. And then we get introduced to Death's granddaughter, Susan, who is a governess taking care of these children. And because she's, I guess, related to Death, she kind of has some powers, and she can see things that only the kids can see. And she's just like, grandfather, what are you doing? And he's like, my job. Bye. And then she's kind of forced all into this, because she's like, what is he doing? We can't let, this can't happen. So shenanigans ensue. And I can't say anything else without spoiling it, so we're going to go into my pros and cons. If you've watched my videos before, I can start with a con so we can end on a good note. My con is not with the book. It is with the fact that I jumped into this with knowing literally nothing about the Discworld series, and going, what? It was just so fantastical. So just, Terry Pratchett has such a way with words and putting things, and I wasn't prepared. I had only really read one of his books before, and that was on a different level than the book I had read, which was The Carpet People, which I will leave a link to above. Pros. The book was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I love the way it was written. I love the way Terry Pratchett uses words. I can't think of an exact sentence right now, but he just had such a way of explaining things. Another pro I had was Death himself. He's funny and caring and just generally just, am I doing the right thing? I'm doing the right thing, right? He's for being an immortal, omnipotent being, he seemed very human, but not human at the same time. This is a spoiler for the book, but not for the story. Death finds the telltale story of the little match girl, like that the little girl is in the book, and he saves her. And that just, I was weeping because that story when I was a child broke my soul. I'm like, nobody let her come in and it's cold and you're just gonna let her die outside. And Death was like, sometimes the greatest gift is more time or more life or whatever he said. But that just, I was weeping because I'm just like, oh my god, it's so great. Another big pro I had was Susan. She was smart and funny and just kind of a boss. And because she had these sort of powers that she inherited from her grandfather, I believe. I'm not sure because I haven't read any of the other Discworld books, but she used them when she needed to, and she was just a badass. All in all, I gave it 4 stars originally, but I haven't been able to stop thinking about this book since I read it. And after it sat with me for a while, it's definitely a 5 star, so I'm definitely going to be changing that on Goodreads. And this is something I'm probably going to have to read again, especially since I really want to read more of the Discworld novels, and I may read them in order, I may read them out of order. I'm not even sure exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but I'm definitely reading more. If this book behind me is any testament to what the series is like the whole series, I'm going to be a very happy camper. Now, my question to you is, have you read any of the Discworld novels? Do you have a favorite one? Do you have one you think I should start with after this one? Let me know down in the comments, and also let me know if this is something you're actually going to read eventually, or maybe you already love it. That'd be cool too. I really hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye!